exactly 4 p.m. here in the capital. Welcome to News Now, where we tell you all the stories that are going to be making headlines from now till our subsequent bulletins. My name is Hibaq. To start us off, Tanzania's general elections have been marred with protests in several parts of the country, with the thousands on the streets challenging the credibility of the elections. Despite heavy security, hundreds of young people took to the streets, forcing the police to lob tear gas canisters to disperse the protesters. Several people have been reported injured, and reports from Tanzania indicate that at the moment there has been a disruption to internet connectivity. President Samia Suluhu cast her vote early in the morning in Chamwino, urging fellow Tanzanians to vote in peace. Now, two senators from the Mount Kenya region this morning visited the acting ODM party leader, Senator Dr. Oburu Odinga, at his home in Nairobi. The visit comes days after Oburu assumed leadership of the Orange Democratic Movement following the death of his brother Raila Odinga. Now, Nyandaro's Senator John Medhu and Kiambu's Senator Karungo Thangwa arrived at the residence of the Senator Oburu Odinga early Wednesday morning for what they termed a courtesy visit. The two leaders said their visit was meant to express their condolences to the Odinga family and offer moral support as Oburu steps into his late brother's shoes as the new ODM party leader. Karungo Thangwa described the meeting as a moment of reflection and learning, praising Oburu for his wisdom and decades of political experience. Now, the Church and Clergy Association of Kenya has rejected the recently enacted bills passed through the parliament, describing them as unconstitutional and oppressive. Led by National Chairman Hudson Denda, the association criticized the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act, saying it unfairly targets young people who rely on digital platforms for livelihood and expression. The clergy also rejected the Religious Bill 2024, terming it discriminatory and dangerous, warning that it could be abused to prosecute preachers, especially those who minister online or through Christian television. They are calling on President William Ruto to intervene and to ensure that the bill undergoes genuine public participation and that it reflects proposals made by faith leaders.
The concern of the church is that 27 is approaching, and having such laws in our country is not good for the political climate. The church cannot therefore keep silent at a time when unconstitutional and oppressive laws are passed by a parliament which derives its power from the people. We continue to reiterate that the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Amendment Act contains sections that are punitive and oppressive. In a society where young people utilize electronic gadgets to agitate for better rights and earning a living through content. We have also noted with concern the issue on religious extremism in the bill, which in our view is open to abuse.
Now, the Dutch national caught on camera harassing police officers in Diani, Kwale County is said to be deported barely 48 hours after his initial arrest. In an incident which was caught on video and widely shared on social media, the foreigner was seen behaving aggressively towards police officers after he was apprehended for allegedly assaulting his Kenyan girlfriend. Elwin Terhorst had been detained at the station on Tuesday evening while drunk and was expected to be arraigned in court to answer to the charges of assault, malicious damage to property, creating a disturbance, and possession of narcotics. Horst has since apologized for his actions, expressing regret and his desire to remain in Kenya. The Dutch national said that he was suffering from stress that caused him to lose mental composure on the day of the incident. This as the National Police Service has strongly condemned the incident, terming it as a despicable and an unacceptable behavior.
I want to inform all visitors visiting Kenya, either on tourist or on any other business, that we don't tolerate such behavior of abusing officers or any other Kenyan while they are still in Kenya. And also, I want to inform them of their obligation that in addition to immigration laws, travelers are also obligated to comply with all other applicable Kenyan law. Failure to comply will lead to prosecution, deportation for serious violation, and being barred from entering Kenya in future.
Right. President Dr. William Ruto has commissioned a modern CT scan unit worth 130 million Kenyan shillings at the Nakuru County Referral and Teaching Hospital, marking a significant milestone in the country's health sector. Speaking in Nakuru County Referral Hospital, President Ruto noted that the machine will help Kenyans at large to access modern diagnostic services. Ruto added that more machines will be installed in different health facilities across the country.
Tulikubaliana ya kwamba ili matibabu iwe imekamilika, lazima tuwe na madaktari wa kutosha na health professionals, lazima tuwe na equipment, vifaa ambazo itatusaidia kujua magonjwa ya wananchi. Leo hapa equipment ililetwa jana, inaitwa CT scan ya shilingi milioni 130 ndio imewekwa hapa. Itasaidia watu wa Nakuru hapa na sehemu za vitongoji hapa, na equipment kama hizo zitawekwa katika zile hospitali zingine zote za kaunti yetu ya Nakuru na hospitali za Kenya. Na jambo la tatu ni lazima tuwe na madawa ya kutosha. So tumeshakubaliana na hawa viongozi katika ile program mpya ile tumetengeneza ya mambo ya matibabu kupitia kwa SHA, kuhakikisha kwamba mahospitali zetu zinashughulikia wananchi wote. Pale nyuma wananchi wengine walikuwa hawawezi kufikia kutibiwa kwa sababu ya mambo ya gharama, na ndio hiyo tunajaribu kama serikali kuhakikisha kwamba kuna equipment. Na mimi nataka nishukuru county government ya Nakuru kwa sababu wao wako mstari ya mbele.
And a petition has been filed in court seeking to have Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga declared unfit to hold public office following allegations that he made ethnic and inflammatory remarks that threaten national unity and cohesion. Petitioners Bunge la Mwananchi Lawrence Oyugi Komi Bush and Nicholas Kimanzi want the court to issue interim orders suspending Governor Kahiga from performing the functions of his office pending the determination of the case. They also want the governor barred from making further ethnic-based or inflammatory statements, arguing that his utterances have violated the constitution and could fuel ethnic tensions. The case arises from statements made by Governor Kahiga on October 21st during a public function in Nyeri County. Now let's get sporty. The Harambee Starlets are set to touch down in the country tonight at 9:30 p.m. Kenyan time after they broke a decade-long wait for their return into the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. This comes after Beldine Odemba secured a vital 1-0 win away from home to secure an aggregate triumph of 4-1 over the Gambia that ensured a place for them in the next year's continental showpiece set to be held in Morocco. Harambee Starlets join 11 other nations, including noisy neighbors Tanzania, to qualify for the eagerly waited for tournament. In addition to this, the entire Harambee Starlets will each receive 1 million shillings, as promised by the head of state, Dr. William Ruto, following the historic qualification.
Unity in the team, great spirits. I keep on saying this again. It's also the time. It has been 9 years, so we kept on reminding ourselves that it has been 9 years. How long can we wait? So the girls were really spirited, the technical bench awesome. We worked together as a team, but we thank God so much because He came through for us as a country and as a team.
Safari naweza sema haijakuwa easy, but tunashukuru Mungu. Kutoka mwanzo tulianza na Mungu na tumemaliza na Mungu na tumepata ushindi na tumequalify. Tuna thank God na nina thank my teammate wenye wamefight siku ya leo tukapata ushindi.
Yani sina words. I'm just happy that make Kenya proud na tunaenda huko na tuwezi tu kuparticipate. Tunaenda kuonyesha sisi pia tunaiweza.
And Sofapaka were forced to improvise a late comeback as they came from 2 goals down to secure a 2-2 draw against Mara Sugar. The game went into half-time in a barren draw as the Millers emerged highly rejuvenated in the second half, taking the lead into the 57th minute thanks to a neat strike from David Mwiti. Mara Sugar then went on to double their advantage 10 minutes later as Timothy Ndayala scored the second. However, Ezekiel Akwana's side pulled one back through Stanley Lugalia before the Batoto Bamungu capitalized on a defensive lapse to equalize right at the dead, ensuring both sides shared the spoils.
Ni safari ya kuangamiza Sofapaka kabisa nyumbani. Wakatamiwa, wanaichukulia chini wakinyanyuka. Joseph Kuloba inapigwa pass pembeni kwa nguvu mpya Lugalia. Super sub. Stanley Lugalia anawapa matumaini Sofapaka. Bado anaenda kupambana na kuendelea kupambana Sofapaka. Vedi na Mbesa anaileta ndani huku. Ameishika kwanza, ameitema. Joseph Kuloba anawarudisha mchezoni Sofapaka. Watoto wa mjini hawezi wakashindwa na askari.
Right, and that concludes our bulletin this afternoon. Thank you so much for being a part of TV47's News Now. Be sure that these stories and many more will be updated in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Hibaq. Have yourselves a very lovely Wednesday afternoon.